Well, Smeltzer's the guy, man. That guy's a dude. I mean, how many strike out in the nine? That's it? Because it felt like about 48. Um, you know, he had his night, man. He's as good as advertised, and you got to give credit to him because he put them on their back tonight, and he carried them and he got them to the championship game. Um, it's hard to get something going against him, and that changeup was just unbelievable. And of course, we kept chasing it. But I tell you what, I'm so proud of my boys. Just I can't tell you, how much I love them. And the difference between, I guess being able to play tomorrow for a national championship and us, taking home a beautiful third place trophy for which we're extremely grateful, is that all those guys down there, all my boys in those pinstripes, that's my trophy. That's my national championship. Because what we do at Chattahoochee Valley is going to last a lot longer than a dog pile. Um, we certainly would like to have been there, but it's special putting this uniform on. Our culture, our program is it'll mean more than anything, any type of hardware, because at the end of the day, when we have a reunion at some point or another, we're going to talk about Frank. We go back and talk about the Jake Mazurs of the world and just their crazy shenanigans, and that's what's important. Basically, what I just told you. There's no reason. Obviously, there's a lot of tears down there, and because there's only going to be one team that's walking out of here happy. And if you base your happiness on a win or a loss, well, you've got your perspective out of order. Um, you know, our guys are more sad that we don't get to put a uniform on together than it is not playing in the national championship game. And I'm right there with them. You know, I guess you guys have gotten to know me a little bit over the past couple of years, and um, that that's what's important to us at Chattahoochee Valley. And I'm not saying that's not important to anybody else that's out here or even not out here. It's 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 our family atmosphere. I mean, there's love in that dugout. There's not baseball players. There's love. There's brothers. There's sons. Shoot, I guess we even got a daughter and a sister in there too with our trainer. But um, you know, eh, I've said this before. We're playing baseball, man, and this is great. We're on the grandest stage at our level that we get to do this, and we were one of the last three teams standing. And every single one of those young men down there are going to go on to have very prosperous lives and prosperous careers. Going to be great fathers and great husbands. And that's big picture. And I tell our guys from the very first day, and they probably get tired of me telling it, that if they base their happiness on a stat sheet, they base their happiness on a win or a loss, then we have our perspective out of order. And I think that at the end of the day, you know, we get to go home. I get to go home to my beautiful wife and son. We get to try it again next year. Our sophomores are all going on to play baseball some more, but that's not what's important. I mean, they're gonna. It's their relationship to themselves, to their families, and to others. And we're just grateful that we are Chattahoochee Valley, and that you guys have just been of first class and just have loved our club, and we love you guys. And man, I don't know. I don't really have this is not my best post gamer. I don't know what you say to this. It's bigger than baseball, and it always will be. Whether we come back 20 more times or never again, it's bigger than this. And we're just so thankful for every one of y'all, just the JUCO organization, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of those souls down there that are able to suit it up with me. Yeah. Well, we're getting closer. You know, it's kind of what I said earlier. You know, I don't know that we're actually an underdog because I don't know if you can call yourselves that. I guess you're the underdog in terms of the smaller school, I guess. What I've learned is if we do our job recruiting, um, and our plan is good, you know, I believe in my plan. Dash believes in our plan. Our players believe in our plan. Is that we can play with anybody in the country. I mean, I think we've proven that out here. And you know, baseball. She's such a fickle mistress. You know, I mean, she's so bad. And you know, you come out here and you hang a dime on them last night, and then you run into a juggernaut and the lefty. Um, but that's how it goes. You've got to be strong 1 through 9. You've got to be strong 1 through 5 on the mound, and you've got to have somebody that can shut it down at the end. Um, but you know, I like our recruiting class. We've got most of our offense coming back, and you know, it's just you stick to the plan. You got to believe in yourself, and I believe in what we do at Chattahoochee Valley, and it's a heck of a lot bigger than me. Um, you know, and that's it. I mean, it's that simple. You know, you come out here and you play as hard as you can. Our guys could have laid down and they could have 8 runned us. We played all 9 tonight because those guys had hearts in their chest, and they were going to play with pride with that CV on their hats and on their chest. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's where it starts. You know, I mean, that's you can't pitch, you can't win. You can forget that. I can attest to that for my first 3 years at Chattahoochee Valley, which I can't believe has been 17 years ago now. Which is probably why I've got a little gray in this beard over here on the side a little bit. But um, yeah, I mean, Burks was dominant. The thing is Atkins was I mean, really, Atkins was probably the single most dominant pitcher in our league this year. And bless his heart, I said it the other night. I just it breaks my heart for him to not have been able to show what he is because that Joker is fantastic. And you know, again, we just ran up against a buzzsaw tonight. And golly, please tell me he didn't set a record against us. Okay, good, good. One short. Okay, well, you know, but then again, I guess we could have been in the record book in some kind of way, huh? Yeah, they did. You know, and I think the emotion was the carryover from last night too. You know, this is a tight bunch. All of our guys are a tight group, and each one has their own personality. And I know that's coach speak and whatnot, but that group down there, you know, they made me look like I know what I was doing all year. And uh, there's not a single day they did not play hard for me all season long. Um, they kept fighting tonight, fought all year long, and you know, shoot, are they still down? They're probably still down there. You know, I mean, they don't want to leave each other. Um, and again, that's what I guess that's what I go back to saying. That's the best trophy I can ever have as a coach. You know, I mean, I hope I win a national championship someday. You know, for Chattahoochee Valley, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to have upward of, you know, let's see, 17 years, 30 people, cut that in about half. I don't know the math, but that's about 400 or so kids that are always will be my boys. You know, all the texts and calls and things that we've gotten all week from our former players. I mean, man, that's what you hang on to. That's what you hold on to. So, and I know I got away from your question, but yeah, they're taking it pretty tough, and but it's more about they're not going to get to suit up again together than it is getting to play Yavapai tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's they've been great for us all year. Will triple crowned our league this year, and he set the home run record for Chattahoochee Valley, at least in the new bat record or era. Excuse me, tied it overall, and he's arguably the best player that's ever put on this uniform. JT is without question the best catcher I've ever had, and I even caught at Chattahoochee Valley, so that's saying something. So, he's an animal. AJ is just one of the best stories ever. He redshirted last year, didn't start for us for probably the first week or two or so because he had a tough fall. And we just popped him in for a pinch hit, first pitch double. So he said, hey, let's start him tomorrow. Well, he hasn't come out since, and he's just put up those types of at-bats that you saw this week all season long. And, I mean, I hate to even call it a surprise because he's such a good player, but I don't think if you ask anybody on our club, I don't think anybody would have thought that he'd put up what he did this year. They thought he had a great season, but, those guys were great. Coogie had a great tournament until we ran into Smeltzer tonight, and, it's just, yeah, those are good ones.